Welcome, everybody, to the Mike on the Mike Show. I'm your gracious host, Mike, as always. Now, today on the show, we are going to talk about some home building. Now, many of you are looking to build your home, build your dream home, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions involved with that process. So that's why tonight we have a very special guest. His name is Mike Jakubowski, and he is a professional home builder. Mike, are you on the line?
Yes, I am. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks. How about you?
I am doing excellent. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man, not a problem. Glad you can make it. So why don't you just start off by telling us a little about yourself, what about your business, and what you do.
Well, I started building homes about 12 years ago, and basically, I started my own custom building company about 5 years ago, and have loved it ever since. Right now, I am in Charleston, South Carolina, and building mostly, old school Charleston style homes to, beachfront homes on beachfront properties, or just doing any type of renovations or, helping friends out, getting their houses finished or built. And that's basically what I've been doing.
You mentioned Charleston-style homes, and I know some people may not be from the Charleston area, obviously. So can you kind of explain a little bit what a Charleston-style home is? Just, briefly, just kind of for the people out there that don't know what Charleston-style home is.
Well, downtown, there's a lot of different architecture from, the early 1800s, 1900s that, has a lot of different characteristics to it. A lot of charm, a lot of different doorways, columns, different ways they did things, false doors, just a lot of fun and a ton of architecture. It's almost known for some of the best architecture that you'll see. And it's amazing because it's all, 100 to 150 years old buildings that, were designed just amazingly. But yeah, my wife actually does all the design for us. We're a design build company, and she, went to architecture school and, spent a lot of time in Charleston just trying to emulate those style houses, which is basically, what we've been doing for the last 5 years or so.
Yeah, Charleston homes are very, very beautiful, incredible, and definitely unique. Having lived in Charleston myself for 6 years, I definitely am very familiar. But it's good for everyone else who's not fortunate enough to visit Charleston in the past or live there now to kind of get a better understanding about those style homes. So appreciate you sharing more about that. Now, I guess as far as you and your business, what kind of, did you just randomly just decide to do construction one day, or was it something that happened, an event in your life that you just kind of said, "Oh, this is awesome. I want to get into this"?
Well, I'd say it started, middle school, high school. Some guys came in to classes saying, the workforce is low. We need guys that are interested in construction. During the summers, we'd go with them and do different projects, paint or landscape or drywall, whatever it was. And I ended up just falling in love with it. Love working with my hands. I can read a book all day long, but if you show me something, I love actually doing it. And it's nice to be outside. It struck me right away, which is why I ended up moving to Charleston, because the economy here and the market is so vast. It's crazy how many people are moving here and how how many people want to be near the coast, near the beach, and want a Charleston style home, which is basically why I moved here. It's the home building industry here is just amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's no shortage of of bare houses down there. It seems like everyone wants to move down from the north, especially where it's a lot colder in the winters, of course, and the summers are just incredible, having the beach and all that stuff there. So you definitely can't blame Northerners for wanting to move down, and other people as well. I mean, Charleston is a beautiful city, incredible city, historical city, and just so much to offer, and lots of beautiful homes. I mean, besides the Charlestonian homes as well. I mean, just the different beach houses, and there's just a great variety of homes there, I feel. So, beautiful city. For those of you who've never been there before, you definitely got to go check it out for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mike. Well, now let's say someone is looking to hire a home builder to help, build them their dream home. Now, are there any things that they should, you want to point out that they should know? What should they look for in, choosing the right home builder? And, how would they go about selecting the right expert?
Well, your first step is to ask around, talk to different architects, see what their opinions are. They're structural engineers. You can talk to them, get their opinions, see, who the best in the area is, who can give you the best deals. Who's going to charge you an arm and a leg for the same products that another guy can do for half the price. I would definitely ask around, get references, check their websites, to see all their projects, see what they've done, talk to the people they've built houses for. Those are probably good ways to go about it. But reputation is everything. So if you've built a few great homes and the people are happy, they're going to tell a lot of other people, and that name's going to kind of bounce around, and eventually you'll be known for what you do is building good homes.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely, if you get a good reputation going, then I'm sure sky's the limit for you, especially in your business. Just make someone happy building the home of their dreams, and they're going to tell their friends, and they're going to tell their friends, and you're going to have business galore, I'm sure. So,
well, and that's how the customer service industry works. I mean, once you start doing something for somebody else, and they enjoy your work, and they'll tell more people, and your friends will tell more people, and that's basically with little advertisement, besides a website, that's basically how I've gotten all of my work is word of mouth through friends and family and people I've done jobs for, and not trying to rip anybody off, and giving them a great product at a good price, and that's how it comes around. You treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, my friend. That's I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much similar in any business. You treat people they want to be treated, and you give them a fair price, good value, and excellent customer service. Then they're gonna tell everyone and anyone they know about you, and that's how your business is gonna thrive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now. I just wanted to ask real quick, I mean, between like a custom home and, I know custom home builders kind of, do one home at a time, or typically a few homes at a time, whereas other big time, construction companies have multiple homes they're working on at a time, for subdivisions and whatnot. Well, is there any difference in, I guess, quality as far as those goes? I mean, are you able to get something better doing your custom home than, say, if you're working on a subdivision project where they're all very similar and not too much time is put into detail and whatnot. What do you, or is that kind of, am I on the right track there? Or?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I don't want to say that there's a lack of quality, because the structural part will be there. There's minimum codes and everything you have to abide by. You can exceed the codes and pay more for a structural engineer to upgrade your house significantly, which is probably the biggest difference between a big box builder and a custom guy. Is you can add hurricane strapping and more more depth to the house, to where a hurricane could hit it and it's not really going anywhere because you built it like Fort Knox. So there's definitely, I don't want to say there's a lack of quality, but it's all in what you pay for. You can get a great quality house at a low price, or you can get an even better house. It just depends on what you want to put in it and the type of product you want to put in it and who you're working with. But overall, either way, you should be getting a quality house.
Yeah, I guess I didn't mean that subdivision builders and anything are having poor quality. I guess what I meant was just that custom homes are just a lot more, it seems, care and thought going into everything, just because it's a unique design. It's not just you're not building the same thing over and again like a lot of subdivisions are.
It's the architecture. You're paying more for architecture. You're paying
right.
more for the people that went to school for several years to figure out all these design elements to make your house pop and make it look even better. And that's what you're paying for. My wife went to school for almost 8 years, for her architecture degree, and she is fantastic at what she does. I mean, she could take every one of your ideas and create the exact floor plan you want, and then blow it out on the inside and just make it really shine. And that's what you're paying for. And that's I think that's the biggest difference on what you're saying is, the big box builders will kind of dumb down the architecture a little bit to be able to provide a better price, to where, when you go to a custom home, you're upgrading pretty much all the quality.
Yeah, I think too, just having a lot more involvement in, how you want it built, how you want it designed is, I think, to me personally, I mean, this is just me, like, I think a custom home would be my preferred choice than a subdivision type box home, as you call it. Just for the fact that, you literally can customize whatever you want, make it the way you want it to be. Your quote unquote dream home can become reality, with a custom home for sure. So anyhow, that was just my two thoughts, but yeah, I appreciate you elaborating a little more on that for us. Okay, now just before we go, are there any other tips or any just insightful information you want to share for the people out there looking to understand a little bit more about the custom home building industry as a whole?
Well, I think the most important tip is to set a budget and stick with it. A lot of times when you get into a project, you start getting some big eyes and you start saying, wow, I want these, instead of a normal door, you might want, I want this mahogany door, or, I need teak flooring instead of like a nice hardwood, or, I need a pool and a spa. I think the biggest thing is to stick with a budget and just go with it. So it doesn't come out on the backside, an extra 100 or extra 150 over budget, and then you're looking around saying, I can't really afford this. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, in the other major fact is the time frame is going to be a lot different. It takes a long time to find the lot that you want to build on, and you got to make sure that the soil's fine. If the soils are messed up, after you do a test, that could be a lot of money. So it's a good idea to test the actual lot you plan on buying before you buy it, to make sure it's sustainable to put a structure on it, or worst case you gotta add another 20 or 30,000 onto the budget to fix the soil. From there, it's your time frame. You're still looking from when you close on a lot to designing your plans to getting it through permitting, figuring out pricing and products and everything you want. You're still looking at anywhere from, I'd say, 4 months at the earliest to could be up to a year before construction even starts. I think that's what a lot of people might get discouraged about when they're trying to build their dream home is setting a budget and just realizing the time frame is going to be a little bit different. It could take several months to tweak the plans, get it through permitting, and like I said, closing on the lot. And then from there, construction for me at least is the easy part. It's anywhere from 6 months to a year, depending on how large the project is. But I would say those are the two biggest things, that are just sticking with a budget and realizing the time frame could be anywhere from a year to a year and a half.
Yeah, that's definitely it's not going to happen overnight, folks. If you want a custom home, it's not going to be up in a few weeks or even a couple months, and this is going to take time, of course, to get the quality work done and everything the way you want it to be completed, of course.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, definitely, I think that the whole budgeting thing as well. I mean, that's something that I think a lot of people kind of overlook. It seems some people I think they think 5 steps ahead just about everything that they want, and they don't take into account all the costs involved. And then everything that they actually want, like, they realize that they can't afford after they've already planned everything out before they stuck to an actual budget. So that's a great point that getting the budget down first is a crucial point.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, you can set it, you can set your budget at $1 million, and then next thing you know, you get into construction and decide, I need a bigger pool, or I need the upgraded hurricane windows, and next thing you know, the budget is blown, and it's just one of those things where set it and just kind of know where your boundaries are.
Yeah, would you recommend having any kind of like little extra buffer, in case you do incur any, additional expenses that you weren't really counting on? Like, is there a certain amount you would
every time,
or just kind of
every time, every house I build, I always
run into something, huh?
try to go over on certain things as far as clearing the lot. It could take extra fill dirt to prep the lot the way it needs to be, or could be an extra load for the trees that, there's different occurrences that can happen. Theft, vandalism. I mean, there's definitely things that you need to keep a little bit of a cushion for. Yeah.
Right, and these things can happen to anyone at any time. So obviously, the more prepared you are, and you have a good set budget, and you have a little bit of buffer in there. It's better to overestimate, I guess, than underestimate, is what you're saying, pretty much, right?
Oh yeah, and like I tell everyone, the banks, if you're not paying cash and you're borrowing a loan, the banks will always let you give back money, but they won't let you take out more. So once you finalize a loan, to get a lot or, for construction, they're A-okay with you giving money back. But that budget you set up front is it. So that's why it's definitely more important to not get big eyes during construction and make too many changes or, go back on what you thought you wanted and stuff like that. So, yep.
Yeah, definitely make sure that it's a thoroughly planned out process and get ask for more money than initially you expected, just to have that extra buffer in there, just in case, like you mentioned, any because anything could happen, like you said, theft or just something with the lot or something malfunctions or anything. It can go wrong, I guess, on a given day. So it's always good to have that little bit of extra cushion there, just in case these things do happen, where you can cover them and where you're not like in a hole where you were maxed out on your budget and you didn't leave any extra buffer there. Then you're in trouble. So definitely best to plan ahead and overestimate whenever possible instead of under, so you don't run into issues like that. Now, one more thing, I know you were talking about the soil. Can you just tell us, you said like this, if the soil is bad or something like that, like what does that mean? Like, and how would someone be able to check if their soil is bad, like on a lot?
It's one of the most important things you can do. Obviously, your foundation is holding everything up, and you want to make sure the soil that is there can withstand everything that you want to do. Especially being by the beach and the coastal areas like I am, it's imperative that you dig down, you check what's there, make sure it's good, compactable fill that'll hold up, a certain PSI to be able to hold that entire house up. And some of the tests are relatively cheap. You're talking, maybe a few $100s to have a guy, a trained geologist come out and, dig down several feet to make sure you don't have to add any fill or take out organical fill. And what I mean by organics is any type of, anything that could dissipate throughout the years that could make your foundation shift, because, it's going to eventually rot away, like roots, tree roots, limbs, any organics that have been there for a long time. And that's definitely, to me, one of the most important. And any lot that I ever buy or recommend to somebody, I would never just go out and buy it, because it may not even fit the house that you want to put on there, and it may not even be able to put a house on there without putting thousands of dollars into, prepping to be able to actually build on it.
So a geologist, you said, would be the person who would have to come out and assess the soil? Yeah,
well, there's different engineering companies that test soils, and most of those guys have geology degrees to where they know everything about soils and rocks and basically what you're working with and compaction rates and everything that you would need to know to proceed with purchasing a lot.
Okay, good deal. All right, Mike. Well, I definitely appreciate you joining us tonight on the show. You want to get a quick plug in for your business? Tell the listeners your business name and website or anything they want to check you out.
Yeah, that's That's great. It's Coastal Concepts, Custom Homes, and you can find me at coastalconcept.com, and you can check out some of my work there. Got several projects I still need to put on, but it's a great site to go to, and I appreciate your time, Mike.
Okay, and that was a singular, Coastal Concept, with just a T, not an S at the end, right? Coastalconcept.com.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, Mike. Yeah, well, definitely if you guys are in the market for a home, especially in the Charleston area, Mr. Mike Jakubowski can definitely help you out and hook you up with a great deal on a beautiful home. I promise you that. He's a great builder, great guy, knows what he's doing. There's a lot of expertise in the industry, and he definitely won't let you down. So, but that's all we have for tonight. Mike, again, I appreciate you coming on the show and telling us about home building, custom home building. I definitely learned a lot, and I know our listeners got a lot of good information from you, too.
All right, Mike, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Mike, take care, and good luck with you in your business in Charleston.
Sounds good. Take care.
All right, thanks a lot.